The galaxy was calm, quiet, and peaceful when the first warning arrived. Inside the Grand Hall of the Galactic Council, hundreds of alien leaders sat together. They were discussing trade, borders, and normal politics. But suddenly, every light in the hall turned red. Alarms echoed across the chamber. A cold artificial voice spoke from the speakers. Unknown object detected in Sector 9. Size impossible. The entire council froze. Sector 9 was a silent zone where nothing ever happened. No pirates, no storms, no enemies. But now, something huge was moving into that space. A tall, blue-skinned alien named Varric, the council's chief commander, quickly stood up. "Show the scan," he ordered. The giant screen lit up. Every alien gasped. Floating in space was a massive, dark object. It was bigger than any battleship the galaxy had ever seen. Longer than a small moon. Built with a strange black metal that the sensors could not identify. The object gave no signal, no radio message, no heat, nothing. It was as if a dead planet had grown engines. The council members began to whisper in fear. Is it a weapon? Is it a lost, ancient machine? Or a new enemy? Varric shook his head. No known species has this technology. This is something different. At that moment, the hall shook again. Another alarm. Object is moving, the AI voice announced. Moving without engines. Moving without any known physics. The aliens stared as the massive ship glided forward, ignoring gravity and ignoring physics laws like they were nothing. The council decided to send a small scout ship to investigate. It was a quick response vessel piloted by the bravest pilots in the galaxy. As the scout ship approached the giant object, its sensors began to fail. One by one, the screens flashed white noise, then black. Inside the council hall, the leaders watched the live feed with growing dread. What is happening? Why are the sensors dying? Is it attacking? But the unknown giant did not fire. It simply floated waiting. Inside the scout ship, the pilot tried again and again to scan the object. Suddenly, the ship's lights flickered. A strange energy field wrapped around the unknown structure. And then the object woke up. Blue lines of light started to glow across its surface. The metal armor heated up like a rising sun. The entire body changed from a dead structure to a living giant. The scout pilot screamed into the mic. "It's activating. Wait. There's something on the hull. A symbol. I can see a symbol." The council zoomed in. The symbol became clear. Simple. Sharp. Recognizable. A single English word burned across the ship's armor. Humanity. A wave of terror crashed through the hall. Humans? But they vanished decades ago. They were weak. They were not capable of this. No one understood. Humans were once a small species, curious and friendly. They were not warlike. They did not build giant weapons. The galaxy had not seen them for 50 years. So how did they create a Titan-Class warship larger than anything ever built? Varric's voice trembled. "Send a message. Try to talk to it." The communication team sent signals in every known language. No response. The Titan warship stayed silent, like a sleeping beast. And then, slowly, painfully slowly, the giant warship turned. Its gigantic cannons, bigger than council cities, rotated toward alien space. The council fell into dead silence. Varric whispered, "If this is a human ship, then humanity has changed." The lights of the Titan warship grew brighter. The cannons charged with unknown glowing energy. And the galaxy waited, frozen in fear, for humanity's next move. Fear spread through the Galactic Council like wildfire. The leaders stared at the giant screen, where humanity's Titan-Class warship floated silently, its massive cannons glowing brighter with every passing second. The ship did not move, did not speak, did not respond, but its presence alone was enough to shake the most powerful species in the galaxy. Inside the council hall, chaos erupted. A red-scaled alien named Rither slammed his claws on the table. "This is a threat. Humans are preparing for war. We must strike first." A soft-voiced elder named Sarai shook her head. "No, humans were peaceful. Something is different. Something forced them to build this Titan." Varric, the chief commander, watched the warship with narrowed eyes. The humans disappeared 50 years ago, he said slowly, and now they return with technology we cannot match. What? Before anyone could answer, the lights flickered again. Another alarm sounded. Warning, Titan warship scanning nearby systems, the AI voice said. A cold silence fell. Scanning men analysis. Assessment. Target selection. The council members held their breath. On the screen, waves of blue light spread from the Titan warship, touching planets, moons, trade routes, and military bases. Every sensor reading from the council ships showed the same thing. The human warship understood everything. Every ship, every weapon, every weakness. Rither panicked. This is preparation for invasion. We must gather our fleets. Varric raised his hand. And do what? Attack a ship that is stronger than all our fleets combined. No one answered. A younger alien officer rushed into the hall. Council members, we found something in the old archives. Varric nodded. Show it. The officer brought up a file marked classified. Humanity. Threat level unknown. The hall grew silent. The file revealed something shocking. 50 years ago, humans had suddenly withdrawn from all galactic politics. They shut down embassies, closed trade routes, moved all ships back to Sol System. Their final message to the galaxy was simple. We must prepare. Prepare for what? No one knew. Until now. Sorry, I whispered. Did humans warn us? Did we ignore them? Before they could discuss it, the Titan warship made its first move. The giant cannons stopped charging. The glowing lights dimmed. Every alien ship in the area held position, terrified. Then slowly, a panel on the Titan's surface opened. A long, thin metal arm unfolded, almost like an antenna. Energy crackled at its tip. What is it doing? Someone cried. Varric's heart pounded. Stand by, do not attack. The antenna released a pulse, silent, invisible, but strong enough to shake every ship within 10 light years. Screens turned white. Sensors overloaded. Gravity fluctuated. Some aliens fell from their chairs. Others covered their ears in pain. And just as suddenly as it came, the pulse ended. Everything went quiet. For one long moment, the entire galaxy seemed to stop breathing. Then a new sound filled the council hall. A sound no one expected. A human voice. Weak, distorted, but human. Council, this is the Titan, requesting communication. The hall exploded with noise. They are alive. They are talking. What do they want? Varric motioned for silence. Open the channel. The massive screen turned black. Then words appeared, glowing in bright white. We did not come to destroy you. Another pause. The hall waited. We came because something else is coming. Before the council could react, every star map in the hall changed. A new symbol appeared at the edge of the galaxy. A moving object. Gigantic. Far bigger than the Titan warship. Rither whispered, What is that? The human message returned. The true enemy. You are never ready. But we are. The entire hull shook as the Titan warship powered up again. Not aiming at the council this time, but at the dark object approaching the galaxy. And for the first time, the aliens realized. Humanity did not return for war. Humanity returned for survival. The council hall was still shaking when the human transmission ended. Every alien leader stared at the dark screen, their hearts pounding. The Titan-Class Warship had spoken, but its message only created more fear. Something else is coming. Those 4 words repeated in every mind. Varric, the chief commander, finally broke the silence. We need answers. Now, what is the threat? And how do humans become powerful enough to fight it? Before anyone could respond, the Titan warship outside shifted again. Its enormous engines glowed with a soft blue light, and, without warning, it disappeared. No flash, no wormhole, no engine trail. It simply blinked out of existence. Gasps filled the council hall. Where did it go? Did it teleport? What kind of ship moves without hyperspace? Varric stared at the now empty screen. That was not a normal FTL jump. That was something new, something impossible. Moments later, another alarm sounded. The Titan warship had reappeared, directly above the planetary defense ring. Thousands of automated cannons turned toward it in panic. Sorry, I shouted. Do not fire. That ship will destroy the entire planet if we attack. But the Titan did not prepare for battle. Instead, a small hatch opened beneath it. A bright beam of light shot downward, scanning every city on the planet. It was searching. Varric frowned. What is it looking for? He didn't wait for an answer. He sent a group of elite scouts to approach the warship and attempt communication face-to-face. These were the best soldiers the galaxy had. Fast, intelligent, trained for every kind of danger. But even they trembled as they approached the enormous human machine. The Titan warship dwarfed their craft like a mountain standing over an insect. Its armor was smooth, dark, and alive with moving blue patterns, almost as if it were breathing. No windows, no openings, no signs of crew. One scout whispered, "How can humans control something this big?" Another replied, "Maybe they're not controlling it. Their small ship connected with a docking port." To their shock, the Titan opened its doors automatically, slowly, silently, like it had been waiting for them. Inside, the hallways were empty. Lights glowed softly, guiding them deeper into the ship. Strange humming sounds echoed through the metal walls, almost like a heartbeat. No mans. No guards. No crew at all. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. As they reached the central chamber, the lights brightened. A large holographic screen activated in front of them. A message began to play. A human man appeared, thin, tired, wearing a simple uniform. His eyes looked haunted, like he had seen something that broke his spirit. His voice was calm, but filled with warning. If you're seeing this, then the Titan is moving without human control. The scouts froze. The hologram continued. This ship is not fully AI. It is alive in its own way. It reacts to danger. It protects humanity's last hope. The scouts exchanged terrified looks. We built it to fight an enemy we could not outrun. The human said, his voice shaking. An enemy that destroys whole galaxies. An enemy older than time. One scout whispered, "Is he talking about the dark object at the galaxy edge?" The hologram man nodded, as if answering. "We call them the Devourers. They are coming." The hologram flickered violently. Humanity did not leave the galaxy to hide. We left to survive. The Titan is our warning to you and our shield. Then the final line appeared on the screen. If the Titan awakens fully, it means they have already arrived. The chamber lights suddenly turned red. The scouts looked around in panic. Outside, the Titan warship began to vibrate, power building deep inside its core. Something had triggered it, something the hologram warned about. The Devourers were closer, much closer, and the galaxy had no idea what was coming next. Inside the Titan warship, the red lights continued flashing as the scouts stood frozen. The floor trembled beneath their feet, and a deep metallic rumble echoed through the chamber, almost like a giant creature taking its first breath after a long sleep. One scout whispered, "The Titan, it's waking up fully." Outside in space, the enormous ship rotated slowly. Its dark armor split in several places, revealing glowing blue veins of energy flowing like rivers beneath its surface. Alien ships nearby backed away in terror. Inside the council hall, every screen switched to the live camera feed. Varric watched with a sinking feeling in his chest. "This is not a normal warship," he said quietly. "No, it is something far more dangerous." A massive arm-like structure unfolded from the Titan's side, stretching out like a mechanical wing. Then another, and another, until the ship looked less like a vessel and more like a colossal living creature preparing for battle. The AI voice in the council hall trembled as it spoke. "Warning! Energy readings exceed all recorded limits. The Titan warship is activating unknown systems." Rither shouted, "We must fire now. If we don't stop it." Varric slammed his fist onto the table. "You fool. Humans warned us. It wakes only when the true enemy arrives." But the council was already cracking under fear, shouting, arguments, accusations, and then A deep, thunder-like sound rolled through the entire planet. Not from the Titan warship, but from the sky. Every sensor in the galaxy lit up at once. A massive object had entered the outer rim of the galaxy. The same object from the human warning. The same thing humans call the Devourer. The Council screens displayed the incoming threat. It was unlike anything known. A gigantic shadow, moving like liquid darkness, devouring light around it. Stars dimmed as it passed. Space bent unnaturally, as if afraid. Sorry, I whispered. It's bigger than a moon. Vera corrected her softly. No, it's bigger than 10 moons. Outside, the Titan warship responded. Its core glowed brighter, brighter, until the entire ship looked like a blue star wrapped in armor. The energy arms extended fully, linking together into a massive, circular frame around the ship. Inside the Titan, the scouts struggled to stand as gravity twisted. A voice echoed in the chamber. Not human, not AI, something in between. Enemy detected. The scouts looked at each other. That voice is that the Titan itself. Again, the voice spoke. Defense protocol awakening. Blue light exploded across the ship's interior. Holograms, symbols, warnings, everything activated at once. The Titan warship was preparing for something huge. The scouts ran toward their ship. They had to escape. They had to warn the Council. But before they could leave, a final hologram appeared. The same human man as before, though now his expression was desperate. If the Devourers are near, listen carefully, he said. You cannot outrun them. You cannot hide. They consume entire galaxies. The hologram showed star systems collapsing into darkness. The Titan is humanity's answer, but it is not enough alone. You must stand with us, or fall with everything else. The hologram ended. Outside, the Titan aimed its newly awakened energy frame toward the darkness at the galaxy's edge. The Devourer was now fully visible. A monstrous living nebula of shifting shadows, with thousands of glowing red eyes deep inside its smoke-like body. Rither panicked. We are doomed. That thing will destroy us all. Varric refused to accept defeat. No, not if we stand with humanity. Suddenly, the Titan fired. A beam of pure blue energy shot across space. Silent, fast, violent, slamming directly into the approaching Devourer. The shockwave shook entire star systems. But when the light faded, the Devourer kept moving. Unaffected, untouched, and hungrier than before. The Council finally understood. This was not a war. This was extinction. The blue energy beam from the Titan-Class Warship faded into empty darkness. Whispers spread across the Galactic Council hall like cold wind. Everyone had hoped the human Titan would destroy the approaching monster. Everyone had prayed for a miracle. But the Devourer kept moving. Slow, silent, unstoppable. It swallowed the beam like it was nothing. Varric felt a chill in his bones. That attack would have destroyed 10 planets, he whispered. Sorry Eye's voice shook. If that's not enough, what is? On the Titan warship, alarms echoed across every deck. The scouts who had boarded earlier stared at the main screen, their hearts pounding. The Devourer was close enough now that the ship's hull vibrated whenever the creature breathed. The Titan's AI voice returned, deeper and more commanding. Stage 2 activation, begin. Massive panels on the Titan's exterior opened, revealing more hidden systems. Energy cores, shield generators, gravity projectors. The ship glowed brighter than a sun, but the Devourer still advanced. Inside the chamber, another hologram appeared, the same human from the earlier message. But this time, the message was longer, clearer, and far more horrifying. If you are watching this, the human said, then you have seen that the Titan cannot stop the Devourers alone. The hologram flickered, revealing images from long ago. Human cities, human fleets, human colonies, all burning, all collapsing into darkness. Every alien watching the message felt a chill run through their souls. The human continued. 50 years ago, our deep space explorers found the Devourers outside the galactic rim. They destroyed everything they touched. Planets, stars, civilizations. The hologram shifted again. A massive human fleet fired all weapons at the Devourer. The Devourer simply moved through the explosions, unaffected. "We lost half our population in the first week," the humans said softly. Varric clenched his fists. The Council had always believed humans left the galaxy because they were weak, because they were afraid. They were wrong. Humans had left to fight a war no one else even knew existed. The hologram man continued. "We wanted to warn the galaxy, but many of your leaders ignored us. Some even believed we were lying." The Council shifted uncomfortably. They knew this was true. So humanity left, not to hide, but to prepare alone. The hologram showed the early stages of the Titan warship's construction. Huge rings orbiting a dead star. Thousands of human engineers working day and night. Artificial suns powering the core. It took us 40 years to create the Titan. A weapon strong enough to stand against the Devourers. A weapon powered by a star's heart. The scouts stared in awe. But then the hologram changed again, and the truth hit harder than anything before. The Titan warship was not built to win. It was built to run. The Titan's blink drive is not a weapon, the humans said. It is an escape system, a last resort, a way to move entire human colonies in a single instant. Varric felt the blood leave his face. The Titan-Class Warship was humanity's ark, the last hope of their species. The humans' final message echoed through the silent chamber. We did not return to conquer the galaxy. We returned because the Devourers followed us. You have one chance: join us, or be erased. The hologram vanished. Outside, the Titan warship shifted again. Its energy grew unstable, its weapons preparing for another strike. The Devourer opened a massive glowing maw, like a black hole made of hunger. Every star around it flickered. Varric turned to the Council, voice firm and filled with dread. "We have only one choice left. Unite with humanity." The Devourer roared across space, a sound that shook galaxies. The Titan warship charged its core, a light brighter than creation. The final battle was coming, and the galaxy had never been more unprepared. The Devourer's roar echoed across the galaxy like a storm. Entire star systems felt the vibration. Planets trembled, moons cracked, and in the silence that followed, every species finally understood. This was not a threat. This was extinction. Inside the Galactic Council hall, panic spread faster than fire. Leaders shouted, argued, accused one another, and demanded impossible solutions. Rither, trembling with fear, screamed, "We cannot trust humans. They brought this monster to us." Sorry, I fired back. "Without humans, we will all die. There is no choice left." Varric raised his voice, louder and stronger than everyone else. "Enough. The Devourers are coming. If we continue fighting each other, we lose before the battle even starts." Slowly, the room quieted. Varric pointed at the massive hologram showing the Titan warship facing the enormous dark creature. "Look at that ship," he said, voice steady. "It is fighting alone, and it will not survive unless we stand with it." Before the Council could decide, a sudden bright flash filled the sky. The Titan warship fired another massive energy beam, 10 times stronger than before. The beam tore through space like a blue spear, slamming into the Devourer's core. The shockwave shook planets. Council members clung to their seats. But when the light died, the Devourer kept coming. Still alive, still hungry. The Council fell silent. At that moment, every screen in the hall flickered. Static. Noise. Then, a human face appeared. Not a hologram. Not a recording. A live human transmission. A woman this time, wearing advanced armor, shining with soft white light. Her eyes calm, focused, strong. "Galactic Council," she said. "My name is Admiral Evelyn Rook of the Human Exodus Fleet. We are returning." The Council gasped. Humans were alive. Humans were coming. Humans had not abandoned the galaxy. They had been preparing for war. Admiral Rook continued. "The Titan was our first creation, but it is not our only one. Reinforcements are on their way." Behind her, hundreds of glowing silhouettes appeared on her screen. Massive ships, larger than any alien vessel, weapons unknown, technology unmatched. Rither muttered in disbelief. Humans built an entire war fleet in the dark. Admiral Rook's voice grew sharper. But listen carefully. If we do not unite now, if we do not fight together, the Devourers will consume us all. The Council looked at Varric. He nodded. Admiral Rook, he said, what do you need from us? Her answer was simple. Everything. Silence fell. Then Varric stood tall. For the first time in galactic history, all species will fight as one. The Council members hesitated, but slowly, one by one, every leader raised their hand in agreement. Sarai added softly, we choose alliance over extinction. At that exact moment, the Titan warship released a new kind of energy pulse, a massive shield expanding outward like a glowing bubble. It covered nearby planets, stations, and ships. A protective barrier. The Titan was buying them time, but it came at a cost. Inside the salvage bay of the Titan, the scouts heard the ship groan. Energy systems overheating, hull cracking, core destabilizing. The Titan was sacrificing itself. The ship's AI voice echoed. Warning, core overload, critical. The scouts ran toward their shuttle in panic. Outside, the Devourers slammed into the shield. Darkness meeting light. The impact tore space itself. Stars flickered. Nebulas shook. The Titan's core grew hotter, glowing white, then gold, then blinding. The shield began to break. And at the galactic horizon, the human Exodus fleet finally appeared. Hundreds of enormous ships blinking into existence. Admiral Rook's voice thundered across every channel. All forces prepare for war. The Devourer screamed. The Titan cracked. The galaxy held its breath. Part 7 would decide everything. Alliance, survival, or total extinction. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. Hundreds of human warships, massive, glowing, silent, blinked into existence across the starfields. Each one carried weapons the Council could not understand. Each one radiated a power older and deeper than anything in their records. But none of them were as bright as the Titan. The Titan-Class Warship floated at the front of the formation, its armor cracked, its lights fading, its core shaking violently. It had spent everything to protect the galaxy, and now it stood on the edge of collapse. Inside the Council Hall, fear mixed with hope as the screens displayed the full battlefield. Varric's voice was steady but heavy. The Titan cannot hold much longer, but humanity can. The Devourer roared again, louder than before. Its shadow spread across the starfield like a moving night. Its red eyes multiplied by the thousands. Every time it blinked, stars dimmed. Every time it breathed, space shook. Admiral Evelyn Rook appeared once more on every channel, her face fierce and focused. All fleets, human and alien, formed defensive lines. The Devourer will strike at the center. We hold the line together. Her orders cut through fear like a blade. Alien ships moved into formation beside the humans. Species that had once hated each other now stood shoulder to shoulder. For the first time, the galaxy was united. Inside the Titan warship, the scouts struggled to keep balance as the ship's core cracked again. The AI voice flickered. Warning, structural failure, imminent. One scout whispered, "Will it explode?" Another replied, "No, it will burn before it breaks." Because the Titan was built not only to fight, it was built to endure. The Devourer lunged. Space twisted. Stars bent. A wave of darkness rushed toward the united fleet. The Titan reacted first. A brilliant light burst from its core. White, pure, blinding. The light formed a massive barrier, but this time it stretched far wider than before. It wrapped around the entire Allied fleet like a shield of living energy. The Devourer slammed into it with unbelievable force. For a moment, the universe turned silent. Then, the shield cracked. Not completely, not instantly, but slowly, painfully. The Devourer tore at the barrier, ripping through layers of energy. The Titan screamed as its systems overloaded. Alarms blared. Metal twisted. The ship's armor peeled away like paper. Varric watched in horror. If the Titan falls, the shield falls. Admiral Rook knew it too. Her voice thundered across the network. All human ships, direct power to the Titan. One by one, the human ships extended shimmering energy beams toward the Titan. Blue light flowed into the Titan's core, supporting it, strengthening it. Alien ships followed. Lines of energy-connected species who once thought each other enemies. The galaxy's strength became one. The Titan glowed again, brighter, stronger, rising from its failing state. The Devourer roared, angered. It gathered itself into a single enormous strike, a wave of pure destruction meant to erase everything in its path. Admiral Rook shouted, "Brace for impact!" The wave hit. Space shattered. Energy exploded. The shield flickered. Ships trembled. Some engines failed. Some hulls cracked. But the line held. Barely. Then, the Titan's core reached full power, fueled by every ship in the Alliance. The ship opened its final weapon system, hidden beneath its deepest armor. A long, ancient, starlight beam began to form. The Titan's AI whispered, "Final protocol, release." A beam brighter than creation shot forward, straight into the Devourer's core. The darkness screamed. It collapsed inward. Its red eyes burst like sparks. Its shadow folded in on itself. And then, silence. The Devourer was gone. The galaxy lived. The Titan, however, dimmed. Its armor cooled. Its lights faded. Admiral Rook lowered her head, voice soft. "Titan, you saved us all." Across the galaxy, every species watched the final glow of the warship fade into darkness. Humanity had not returned as conquerors. They had returned as protectors. And now, the galaxy owed them everything.